Subscribe please. Impact Wrestling results. The 11th of March 2022, Josh Alexander and Frankie Kazarian vs Aussie Open. First match, Mike Bailey vs Kenny King in a first-round match in the vacated Impact X Division Championship. Collar and elbow tie-up. Wrist lock exchange. Bailey applies a hammerlock. Arm drag exchange. Bailey is playing mind games with King. Strong lock-up. Bailey with a deep armed drag. King drops down on the canvas. Bailey sends King into the ropes. King catches Bailey in midair. King goes for a body slam, but Bailey lands back on his feet. Bailey with the sunset flip for a 1 count. King rolls Bailey over for a 2 count. Misfired roundhouse kicks. King with 2 right jabs. King whips Bailey across the ring. Bailey dives over the soccer kick. Bailey drop kicks King for a 1 count. King with a forearm smash. Bailey ducks a clothesline from King. Bailey with rapid-fire shoulder kicks. Bailey with a step-up enziguri. King walks up the rampway. Bailey ducks a clothesline from King. King blocks a boot from Bailey. Bailey denies the exploder suplex. Bailey showcases his speed and athleticism. Bailey applies the figure 4 leg lock. King grabs the bottom rope which forces the break. Bailey with clubbing mid-kicks in the corner. King dumps Bailey face first on the top turnbuckle pad. King hits the spine buster for a 2 count. King punches Bailey in the back. King dumps Bailey out of the ring. King with the exploder suplex on the rampway. Bailey gets back in the ring at the count of 9. King tosses Bailey to the floor. Bailey with forearm shivers. King sends Bailey face first into the padding. King applies the Boston Crab on the floor. King rolls Bailey back into the ring. King repeatedly drops his weight on the left leg of Bailey. Bailey kicks King out of the ring. Bailey super kicks King. Bailey ducks a clothesline from King. Bailey with a spinning back kick. Bailey with an axe kick. Bailey follows that with a mid kick. Bailey with a standing corkscrew senton for a 2 count. Bailey goes for the windmill kick, but King counters with the T-bone suplex. King connects with the Tiger Driver for a 2 count. King once again sends Bailey to the outside. King goes for the Tiger Driver, but Bailey counters with a Hurricane Runner. Bailey super kicks King. Bailey with the Orihara moonsault. Bailey rolls King back into the ring. King avoids the roundhouse kick. King goes for the Royal Flush, but Bailey counters with the Hurricane Runner for a 2 count. Roll-up exchange. King avoids the park. King applies the single leg crab. Bailey grabs the bottom rope which forces the break. Bailey with 3 up kicks. King goes for the Boston Crab, but Bailey rolls him over to pick up the victory. Winner, Mike Bailey via pinfall. Second match, Savannah Evans W, Tasha Steelz vs Jessica Havoc W, the Death Dolls. Forearm exchange. Havoc ducks a clothesline from Evans. Havoc unloads a flurry of right jabs. Havoc with the bionic elbow. Havoc with a corner clothesline. Havoc slams Evans' head on 3 turnbuckle pads. Havoc kicks Evans in the gut. Second forearm exchange. Havoc slams Evans' head on another turnbuckle pad. Havoc repeatedly stomps on Evans' chest. Havoc continues to use the turnbuckle pads as a weapon. Havoc with a running corner clothesline. Havoc is mauling Evans in the corner. Evans sidesteps Havoc into the turnbuckles. Evans drops Havoc with a DDT. Evans transitions into a ground and pound attack. Evans puts her leg on the back of Havoc's neck. Evans has complete control of the match during the commercial break. Evans is putting the boots to Havoc. Evans is choking Havoc with her boot. Evans punches Havoc in the back. Evans with a forearm smash. Evans with a vertical suplex for a 2 count. Evans follows that with a running leg drop for a 2 count. Evans with a forearm smash. Evans buries her shoulder into the midsection of Havoc. Havoc sends Evans' shoulder first into the steel ring post. Havoc with forearm shivers. Short arm reversal by Evans. Havoc ducks a clothesline from Evans. Havoc with a release German suplex. Evans with a forearm smash. Evans starts biting Havoc's forehead. Evans with a German suplex of her own for a 2 count. Evans toys around with Havoc. Havoc with combo palm strikes. Havoc with a throat thrust. Headbutt exchange. Havoc with a roundhouse kick. Havoc with a running crossbody splash. Havoc gets distracted by Steels. Taya Valkyrie pulls Steels off the ring apron. Steels punches Valkyrie. Rosemary spears Steels on the floor. Evans delivers the big boot. Evans connects with the full Nelson slam to pick up the victory. Winner, Savannah Evans via pinfall. Third match, Sami Callihan vs Eric Young W, Cody Deaner. Callihan ducks a clothesline from Young. Callihan with a pop-up powerbomb. Callihan knocks Deaner off the ring apron. Young with a straight right hand. Young rakes the eyes of Callihan. Callihan with a knife-edge chop. Callihan inadvertently chops the steel ring post. Young with a running forearm smash. Young with a running boot. Callihan slams Young's head on the ring apron. Callihan rakes the back of Young. Callihan begs Deaner to hit him. Young kicks Callihan in the gut. Young goes for a pile driver, but Callihan blocks it. Callihan uppercuts Young. Callihan rakes the chest of Young. Callihan with a counter vertical suplex on the floor. Callihan starts biting the right ear of Young. The referee admonishes Callihan. Deaner drops Callihan with a running lariat behind the referee's back. Young with clubbing blows to Callihan's back. Young kicks Callihan in the face. Young denies the pile driver. Young hammers down on Callihan's back. Young poses for the crowd. Young goes for the pile driver, but Callihan counters with a back body drop. Young headbutts Callihan. Callihan and Young are trading back and forth shots. Young ducks a clothesline from Callihan. Young clotheslines Callihan. Young drags Callihan to the corner. Young goes for the moonsault, but Callihan ducks out of the way. Callihan with 2 short arm lariats. Callihan ducks a clothesline from Young. Callihan with a running clothesline. Callihan prepares for the cactus driver number 97. Callihan gets distracted by Young's army of violence. VBD gangs up on Callihan, which forces the disqualification. Deaner reveals the 2 newest members of VBD, Alan Angels and Big Con. After the match, Young stabs Callihan with a spike. Winner, Sami Callihan via disqualification. Fourth match, Moose vs Ace Austin W, Chris Bay. Austin sidesteps the charging Moose after the bell rings. Moose blocks the drop toe hold. Moose grabs Austin by his throat. Moose launches Austin to the corner. Austin sidesteps Moose into the turnbuckles. Austin with a springboard windmill kick. Austin with the drop toe hold. Austin kicks Moose in the back of the head. Moose sends Austin tumbling to the floor. Austin blasts Moose with the park. Austin showcases his agility on the ring apron. Moose blocks a boot from Austin. Moose swings Austin into the steel ring steps. Moose has complete control of the match during the commercial break. Moose fishhooks Austin. Moose whips Austin into the turnbuckles. Moose pops back on his feet. Moose with a knife-edge chop. Moose punches Austin in the back. Chop exchange. Austin repeatedly stomps on Moose's chest. Austin with forearm shivers. Moose reverses out of the Irish whip from Austin. Moose catches Austin in midair. Moose delivers the snake eyes. Moose is choking Austin with his boot. Moose punches Austin in the back. Moose slaps Austin in the face. Moose talks smack to Austin. Moose with another palm strike. Austin is pissed. Austin with a double leg takedown. Austin transitions into a ground and pound attack. Austin with a roundhouse kick. Austin with the house of cards for a 1 count. Austin drives his knee into the midsection of Moose. Austin with a knee lift. Austin with the spinning heel kick. Austin goes for the fold, but Moose counters with the Uranage slam. Austin decks Moose with a back elbow smash. Austin kicks Moose in the face. Austin with a shoulder block. Austin with a running knee strike. Moose throws Austin off the top turnbuckle. Moose prepares for the spear. Moose gets distracted by Bully Ray. Moose calls Bully a scumbag. Austin avoids the spear. Austin connects with the Japanese leg clutch hold to pick up the victory. Winner, Ace Austin via pinfall. Fifth match, Josh Alexander and Frankie Kazarian vs Aussie Open. Frankie Kazarian and Kyle Fletcher will start things off. Collar and elbow tie up. Fletcher with a waist lock takedown. Front face lock exchange. Fletcher backs Kazarian into the ropes. That leads us to a quick shoving contest. Kazarian applies a side headlock. Fletcher whips Kazarian across the ring. Kazarian drops Fletcher with a shoulder tackle. Kazarian grabs a side headlock. Fletcher applies a wrist lock. Fletcher with an arm wringer. Wrist lock exchange. Fletcher reverses out of the Irish whip from Kazarian. Fletcher goes for a hip toss, but Kazarian counters with a fireman's carry takeover for a 1 count. Fletcher with the rolling crucifix for a 2 count. Fletcher with a side headlock takeover. Kazarian answers with the head scissors escape. Alexander and Davis are tagged in. Collar and elbow tie up. Davis backs Alexander into the ropes. Alexander ducks under a chop from Davis. Alexander shoves Davis. Alexander grabs the left leg of Davis. Davis with clubbing blows to Alexander's back. Alexander applies a side headlock. Davis whips Alexander across the ring. Davis drops Alexander with a shoulder tackle. Davis sends Alexander to the corner. Alexander kicks Davis in the face. Alexander with a shotgun drop kick. Alexander with a drop toe hold. Alexander applies a wrist lock. Alexander tags in Kazarian. Kazarian with the slingshot leg drop for a 2 count. Kazarian applies a front face lock. Davis backs Kazarian into the turnbuckles. Fletcher tags himself in. Davis whips Kazarian across the ring. Double elbow knockdown. Fletcher with the park. Davis with a running senton splash. Fletcher goes into the cover for a 1 count. Kazarian unloads 3 knife-edge chops. Kazarian sends Fletcher to the corner. Kazarian with a side Russian leg sweep for a 2 count. Kazarian applies a front face lock. Kazarian tags in Alexander. Double vertical suplex for a 2 count. Alexander punches Fletcher in the back. Alexander applies a wrist lock. Fletcher with a forearm smash. Alexander whips Fletcher across the ring. Alexander scores the elbow knockdown. Alexander punches Fletcher. Alexander chops Fletcher to the floor. Alexander with a blistering chop. Alexander rolls Fletcher back into the ring. Fletcher clings onto the top rope. Alexander with 2 forearm smashes. Fletcher reverses out of the Irish whip from Alexander. Davis drives his knee into Alexander's back. Alexander knocks Davis off the ring apron. Fletcher clotheslines Alexander over the top rope. Kazarian knocks Fletcher off the apron. Fletcher ducks a clothesline from Kazarian. Davis kicks Fletcher in the gut. Alexander and Kazarian get sandwiched on the outside. Aussie Open has complete control of the match during the commercial break. Alexander unloads 3 knife-edge chops. Davis body slams Alexander for a 2 count. Davis applies a rear chin lock. Alexander with heavy body shots. Davis sends Alexander face first into the top turnbuckle pad. Davis tags in Fletcher. Fletcher with a gut punch. Fletcher with 2 body slams. Fletcher keeps control of the left arm of Alexander. Fletcher goes for another body slam, but Alexander lands back on his feet. Alexander with an inside cradle for a 2 count. Alexander is lighting up Fletcher's chest. Fletcher drives his knee into the midsection of Alexander. Fletcher slaps Kazarian in the face. Fletcher dumps Alexander out of the ring. Davis with a belly-to-back suplex on the apron. Fletcher drills Alexander with the brain buster. Alexander with an overhead belly-to-belly suplex. Davis goes for a running senton, but Alexander ducks out of the way. Alexander sidesteps Davis into the turnbuckles. Alexander ducks a clothesline from Davis. Alexander tags in Kazarian. Kazarian ducks a clothesline from Fletcher. Kazarian with 2 forearm knockdowns. Kazarian clotheslines Fletcher. Fletcher reverses out of the Irish whip from Kazarian. Kazarian with a flying forearm smash. Kazarian sidesteps Fletcher into the turnbuckles. Kazarian super kicks Davis. Kazarian with a shoulder block. Kazarian with a slingshot DDT for a 2 count. Fletcher denies the crossface chicken wing. Kazarian decks Fletcher with a back elbow smash. Kazarian punches Davis. Fletcher with a step-up enziguri. Fletcher tags in Davis. Davis kicks Alexander off the apron. Assisted mid-kick. Assisted flying cutter for a 2 count. Kazarian sidesteps Davis into the turnbuckles. Kazarian rolls under a clothesline from Fletcher. Kazarian tags in Alexander. Alexander with a back elbow smash. Alexander headbutts Davis. Alexander with a chop, forearm combination. Alexander avoids the double forearm. Alexander kicks Davis in the face. Alexander ducks a clothesline from Fletcher. Alexander with 2 German suplexes. Davis runs interference. Fletcher with a back elbow smash. Alexander kicks Fletcher in the face. Alexander with a clubbing blow to the back of Davis' neck. Alexander powerbombs Davis for a 2 count. Davis denies the C4 spike. Fletcher with a diving corner clothesline. Davis with a sliding forearm smash. Alexander denies the corliss. Fletcher dumps Kazarian out of the ring. Alexander applies the ankle lock. Fletcher super kicks Alexander. Davis with the big boot. Super kick, big boot combination. Assisted pendulum bomb for a 2 count. Davis tags in Fletcher. Fletcher with a forearm to Kazarian. Fletcher fights out of the fireman's carry position. Forearm exchange. Alexander tags in Kazarian. Kazarian with a palm strike. Kazarian is throwing haymakers at Fletcher. Fletcher rocks Alexander with a forearm smash. Misfired haymakers. Kazarian with the guillotine leg drop. Alexander with a running crossbody block through the ropes. Alexander rolls Fletcher back into the ring. Kazarian hits the springboard leg drop for a 2 count. Standing switch exchange. Davis uppercuts Kazarian from the outside. Fletcher rolls Kazarian over for a 2 count. Fletcher tags in Davis. Alexander pulls Kazarian off Davis' shoulders. Fletcher kicks Alexander in the gut. Alexander applies another ankle lock. Kazarian gets Davis trapped in the crossarm breaker. Fletcher sends Alexander crashing into Kazarian. Second forearm exchange. Davis with a step-up enziguri. Alexander with the rolling elbow. Fletcher kicks Alexander in the gut. Alexander with a vertical suplex to the floor. Kazarian connects with the slingshot cutter to pick up the victory. Winner, Josh Alexander and Frankie Kazarian via pinfall. Subscribe please.